What if the moment someone ignores you is the moment you take back your power? Imagine standing tall, unshaken, while their silence tries to dim your light. You don't chase, you don't beg, you shine brighter. This isn't about reacting to their absence. It's about rewriting your story with the strength of your silence. Today, I'll show you how to turn being ignored into your greatest victory. When you stop seeking validation and start embracing your worth, you don't just rise, you soar. Picture this: a room full of noise, people vying for attention, but you walk in with a quiet confidence that stops hearts. Your silence isn't weakness. It's a strategy that screams, "I know who I am." Let's dive into how you can transform every ignored message, every cold shoulder, into a stepping stone to your greatness. You're not here to be overlooked. You're here to be unforgettable. Get ready to learn how your silence, your choices, and your unshakable self-worth can change the game forever. When someone ignores you, it feels like a punch to your worth. But it's not about you. A high-value woman knows their silence isn't a verdict on her value, it's a reflection of their limits. Imagine a friend stops texting back, or a colleague brushes off your idea. The old you might chase, question, or doubt yourself. But the woman you're becoming, she pauses, smiles, and lets their silence speak for them. She doesn't react, she rises. Silence isn't weakness, it's a strategy that says, "I don't need your validation to shine." Picture a woman at work, always overlooked despite her brilliance. Instead of begging for attention, she focuses on her craft. Months later, her results force the room to notice. That's the power of silence. It's not about being loud, it's about being undeniable. You can do this too. Next time someone ignores you, don't chase their approval. Redirect your energy to your goals. Let their silence be the backdrop to your glow. Think of a time you felt unseen. Did you spiral or did you rise? A high-value woman chooses to rise. She knows her worth isn't in their acknowledgement. It's in her actions. When you stop reacting, you start rewriting your story. Your silence becomes a mirror reflecting their loss, not yours. Start today. When ignored, don't flinch. Let your quiet strength speak louder than their absence ever could. Emotional discipline is a high-value woman's superpower. It's not about suppressing feelings. It's about choosing when they guide you. Imagine a coworker throws a subtle jab in a meeting. The room waits for your reaction, expecting drama. Instead, you smile, respond with calm facts, and move on. That restraint isn't weakness, it's mastery. You've kept your power by not giving it away. Emotional discipline means you don't let someone's bad day hijack your peace. Picture a relationship where texts go unanswered. The urge to double text or demand answers is strong, but you pause. You focus on your own life, your work, your passions, your joy. That choice keeps you in control. You can practice this too. Next time you're tempted to react to a slight, take a deep breath. Ask, does this deserve my energy? If not, let it go. Think of a woman who faced constant criticism but never lashed out. She channeled her energy into building a career that spoke for itself. Her discipline made her untouchable. Your emotions are valid, but they don't own you. You decide when to act. By staying calm, you're not just responding, you're commanding the moment. That's the beauty of emotional discipline. It turns chaos into your canvas. Walking away is a high-value woman's ultimate declaration of self-worth. It's not running, it's choosing yourself over chaos. Imagine a friend who takes you for granted, always too busy to show up for you. Instead of begging for their time, you step back. You say, "I value myself too much for this." That act of walking away isn't cold, it's clarity. It shows you know your worth doesn't depend on their attention. Picture a woman in a relationship where she's constantly ignored. She doesn't plead or argue. She says, "I deserve better," and leaves with grace. Her exit speaks louder than any fight could. You can do this too. Think of a situation draining your energy, a job, a friendship, a habit. Ask, is this worth my light? If not, walk away. Think of a woman who left a toxic workplace. She didn't rant or burn bridges, she built a new path. Months later, her success silenced her doubters. Walking away isn't loss. It's liberation. It's how you reclaim your power. Try this, identify one thing pulling you down, and take one step to distance yourself. Your worth isn't in staying. It's in choosing where your energy belongs. When someone ignores you, they're not diminishing you. They're revealing themselves. A high-value woman sees their silence as a mirror, reflecting their limits, not hers. Imagine a colleague who never acknowledges your contributions. It stings, but instead of doubting yourself, you realize their silence shows their insecurity, not your inadequacy. You keep shining, and soon others notice what they missed. Or picture a friend who stops reaching out. Instead of chasing, you reflect. Their silence tells me where I stand. You don't beg, you move forward. This shift in perspective is your strength. You can practice it too. Next time someone ignores you, don't take it personally. Ask, what does this say about them? Think of a woman whose boss overlooked her for years. She didn't fight for his approval. She built her skills in silence. When she got a better offer, he was stunned. Her success was the mirror he couldn't ignore. Their silence isn't your story, it's theirs. Your job is to keep writing your own, with every choice, every step, every moment you choose yourself. Start today, let their silence guide you to where your light is truly valued. Self-respect is the crown a high-value woman wears every day. It's not about arrogance. It's about knowing your value and refusing to let anyone dim it. Imagine someone disrespects your time, showing up late or dismissing your efforts. Instead of tolerating it, you calmly say, "My time is valuable." That simple boundary shifts the dynamic. You're not demanding respect, you're reflecting it. Picture a woman who was taken for granted in a relationship. She didn't beg for love. She said, "I'm worth more," and walked away. Her self-respect became her shield, her light. You can embody this too. Start by honoring your own needs. Say no to one thing that feels wrong. Think of a woman who stopped over-explaining herself at work. She set clear boundaries, and suddenly, her colleagues treated her differently. Self-respect isn't loud, it's steady. It's in how you carry yourself, how you protect your energy. Try this next time someone crosses a line. Respond with calm clarity, not anger. Your self-respect will teach others how to treat you. And it will remind you that you're the prize, always. A high-value woman doesn't react impulsively. She chooses her response with intention. When someone ignores her, she doesn't chase or plead. She observes, reflects, and decides her next move. Imagine a colleague dismissing your idea in a meeting. The instinct to argue or over-explain might bubble up, but you pause. You say, "I appreciate the feedback," and shift focus to your work. That choice keeps your power intact. It's not about staying silent out of fear. It's about responding with purpose. Picture a woman whose texts go unanswered by someone she cares about. Instead of double texting, she puts her phone down and pours energy into her passions. Her response isn't desperation, it's dignity. You can do this too. Next time you feel ignored, take a moment. Ask, what response aligns with my worth? Maybe it's silence, maybe it's a calm statement, but it's always intentional. Think of a woman who faced constant slights at work. Instead of reacting, she channeled her energy into a project that earned her recognition. Her choice to respond, not react, made her unstoppable. Your power lies in your choices. Make them reflect the woman you're becoming, not the moment trying to pull you down. Quiet confidence is a high-value woman's secret weapon. It's not about being loud or flashy. It's about carrying a calm certainty that speaks for itself. Imagine walking into a room where others vie for attention. You don't compete, you simply exist, grounded in your worth. Your steady presence draws eyes without effort. Picture a woman overlooked for a promotion. Instead of complaining, she sharpens her skills in silence. When the next opportunity arises, her work shines so brightly, no one can ignore her. That's quiet confidence. It doesn't demand notice, it commands it. You can cultivate this too. Start by trusting your abilities, even when no one claps. Think of a woman who was ghosted in a relationship. She didn't beg for answers. She focused on herself, and her glow became undeniable. Try this next time you feel unseen. Stand tall and remind yourself, I don't need their validation to know my value. Your confidence doesn't need volume, it needs depth. It's in the way you move, the way you speak, the way you carry your worth without apology. Quiet confidence isn't just felt, it's remembered. When someone ignores you, a high-value woman doesn't dwell. She redirects her energy to what lifts her up. Their silence isn't a signal to chase, it's a call to create. Imagine a friend who stops showing up for you. Instead of questioning why, you invest in your goals, your hobbies, your growth. That shift turns their absence into your advantage. Picture a woman whose boss never acknowledges her hard work. She doesn't beg for praise. She takes a course, builds her skills, and lands a better role elsewhere. Her energy wasn't wasted on seeking approval. It was spent on building her future. You can do this too. When you feel ignored, ask, where can I pour my energy instead? Maybe it's learning something new or nurturing a passion. Think of a woman who turned heartbreak into a thriving business. She didn't chase the one who left. She built a legacy that spoke louder than their silence. Try this next time you're tempted to seek validation. Redirect that energy to something that makes you proud. Your energy is your currency. Spend it on what makes you shine, not on those who dim your light. Letting go is a high-value woman's act of liberation. She doesn't cling to people or situations that don't value her. She releases them with grace. Imagine a relationship where you're constantly overlooked. Instead of fighting for their attention, you say, I choose myself, and walk away. That release isn't defeat, it's freedom. Picture a woman who stayed in a draining job, hoping for recognition. One day, she let go, started her own venture, and found her spark again. Her courage to release what held her back opened new doors. You can let go too. Think of something or someone draining your energy. Ask, does this align with my worth? If not, release it. Think of a woman who stopped chasing a friend's approval. She focused on those who saw her value, and her life bloomed. Try this. Write down one thing you're ready to let go of. A grudge, a doubt, a toxic tie. Then take one step to release it, like deleting a message or setting a boundary. Letting go doesn't mean you lose. It means you make space for what truly belongs in your life. A high-value woman's presence is her power. She doesn't need to shout or chase attention. Her energy draws people in. Imagine walking into a room, not trying to impress, but simply being you. Your calm, your poise, your quiet strength make heads turn. It's not about what you say, it's about how you carry yourself. Picture a woman at a networking event, surrounded by loud voices. She speaks softly, listens intently, and leaves a lasting impression. Her presence isn't forced, it's felt. You can cultivate this too. Focus on being fully present in every moment. Stand tall, breathe deeply, and let your authenticity shine. Think of a woman who was ignored by her peers until she embraced her unique energy. Suddenly, people couldn't stop noticing her. Try this. In your next interaction, focus on being, not doing. Make eye contact, listen deeply, and speak with intention. Your presence is your signature. Let it be bold, unapologetic, and unforgettable. A high-value woman trusts her instincts, even when others ignore her. Their silence doesn't shake her belief in herself. It strengthens it. Imagine a colleague dismissing your suggestion in a meeting. Instead of doubting your idea, you refine it, present it again, and win the room. That trust in your own voice is your power. Picture a woman who was ghosted by someone she cared about. Instead of chasing answers, she leaned into her intuition, saying, I know my worth, and I'll wait for what aligns with it. Her trust in herself turned rejection into redirection. You can build this too. When you feel ignored, pause and ask, what does my gut tell me? Trust that inner voice. It's your compass. Think of a woman who started a business despite naysayers. She trusted her vision, worked in silence, and built something extraordinary. Her success wasn't luck, it was faith in herself. Try this. Next time you're overlooked, write down one thing you know you're great at. Let that truth anchor you. Trusting yourself isn't about being right all the time. It's about knowing you're enough, no matter who sees it. That courage makes you unstoppable, a force that silence can't dim. Boundaries are a high-value woman's shield, protecting her peace without apology. She doesn't let others' silence or disrespect dictate her worth. She sets the standard. Imagine a friend who constantly cancels plans. Instead of tolerating it, you say, "I value my time, so let's plan when you're ready." That boundary isn't harsh. It's self-respect. Picture a woman at work always asked to do extra without credit. She calmly says, "I can't take this on right now," and redirects her energy to what matters. Her boundaries don't push people away. They invite respect. You can set boundaries too. Start small, say no to one thing that feels draining. Notice how it feels to honor yourself. Think of a woman who stopped overextending herself for others. Her boundaries didn't make her cold. They made her magnetic. People began valuing her more because she valued herself. Try this next time someone crosses a line. Respond with calm clarity, like, "That doesn't work for me." Your boundaries aren't walls. They're gates, letting in only those who respect your worth. That's how you create a life that reflects your value. Growth doesn't need an audience, and a high-value woman knows this. When ignored, she doesn't seek validation. She builds in silence. Imagine being overlooked for a project at work. Instead of complaining, you take a course. Sharpen your skills and come back stronger. Your growth speaks louder than their silence. Picture a woman whose dreams were dismissed by her peers. She didn't argue, she worked quietly, and her success became undeniable. That's the power of silent growth. It's not about proving others wrong. It's about proving yourself right. You can do this too. When someone ignores your efforts, don't stop. Double down on your growth. Think of a woman who transformed her life after a heartbreak. She didn't post her pain. She poured it into learning, creating, and rising. Her glow up was her response. Try this. Pick one skill or goal to focus on this week, even if no one notices. Work on it quietly. Your growth isn't for their applause. It's for your soul. Silent growth turns you into a force, one that no amount of ignoring can overshadow. A high-value woman doesn't let others' silence cloud her emotions. She seeks clarity within. When ignored, she doesn't spiral into self-doubt. She reflects on what's true. Imagine a friend pulling away without explanation. Instead of assuming you're the problem, you ask, "Is this about them or me?" That question clears the fog. Picture a woman whose partner stops responding. She doesn't chase, she reflects, saying, "If they can't meet me halfway, I'll walk my own path." Her clarity keeps her grounded. You can find this clarity too. Next time you're ignored, pause and journal your thoughts. What's really happening? Think of a woman who faced constant rejection in her career. Instead of giving up, she clarified her goals, focused on her strengths, and landed her dream role. Her clarity turned silence into opportunity. Try this when you feel unseen. Write down one truth about your worth. Let it anchor you. Emotional clarity isn't about ignoring pain. It's about seeing through it to the truth. That's how you stay powerful, even when the world tries to dim your light. A high-value woman doesn't follow others' expectations. She carves her own path. Their silence doesn't stop her, it fuels her. Imagine being ignored by a group you once tried to fit into. Instead of chasing their approval, you embrace your uniqueness and find your tribe. Your path becomes your power. Picture a woman who left a secure job to pursue her passion. Everyone doubted her, but she kept going. Her success silenced their doubts without a word. That's the strength of walking your own road. You can do this too. When someone overlooks you, ask, "Am I living for them or for me?" Choose you. Think of a woman who was ignored in her family for being different. She built a life that celebrated her uniqueness, inspiring others to do the same. Try this. Take one step toward a goal that's yours alone, no matter how small. Your path doesn't need their validation. It needs your courage. When you walk your own road, their silence becomes irrelevant, and your journey becomes a legacy. A high-value woman masters the art of detachment. Not from emotion, but from what doesn't serve her. When someone ignores her, she doesn't cling to their validation. she releases their hold on her peace. Imagine a friend who stops reaching out. Instead of chasing them, you say, "I wish them well," and focus on those who value you. That detachment isn't cold, it's liberating. Picture a woman in a relationship where she's taken for granted. She doesn't beg for attention, she steps back, saying, "My energy is too precious for this." Her grace in letting go shifts the dynamic. You can practice detachment too. When someone's silence stings, ask, "Is this worth my heart?" If not, release it. Think of a woman who left a draining job. She didn't rant. She quietly built a new path, and her success spoke louder than any complaint. Try this: identify one person or situation draining you, and take one step to detach, like limiting contact or redirecting your focus. Detachment isn't about losing connection. It's about reclaiming your power. Your grace in letting go makes you magnetic, a force that shines brighter without their weight. Your inner voice is a high-value woman's guide, louder than anyone's silence. When ignored, she doesn't seek external approval. She listens to her own wisdom. Imagine a colleague overlooking your contributions. Instead of doubting yourself, you hear your inner voice say, "Keep going, you're enough." That trust fuels your progress. Picture a woman whose dreams were dismissed by her family. She didn't argue, she listened to her heart and built a life that proved them wrong. Her inner voice was her compass. You can strengthen yours too. When someone ignores you, pause and ask, "What does my heart say?" Trust that answer. Think of a woman who overcame rejection by tuning into her instincts. She didn't need applause. She had her own clarity. Try this: spend 5 minutes journaling what your inner voice says about your worth. Let it guide your next step. Your inner voice isn't just a whisper, it's a roar that drowns out their silence. When you listen to it, you become unstoppable, a woman who shines because she knows her truth. A high-value woman doesn't see silence as rejection. She reframes it as revelation. Someone's silence isn't a sign you're lacking, it's a clue about their priorities. Imagine a friend who stops responding. Instead of feeling hurt, you think, "Their silence shows where I stand." That shift empowers you to move forward. Picture a woman whose boss never praises her work. She reframes it. "Their silence is my chance to shine elsewhere." She seeks new opportunities and thrives. You can reframe too. When ignored, ask, "What does this teach me?" Maybe it's a lesson in self-worth or a nudge to find better spaces. Think of a woman who was ghosted in a relationship. She saw it as a sign to focus on herself, and her glow-up became her response. Try this: next time you're ignored, write down one positive thing their silence reveals, like who values you or where to redirect your energy. Reframing silence isn't denial, it's empowerment. It turns their absence into your clarity, guiding you to where your light truly belongs. A high-value woman doesn't need an audience to grow. She builds her empire in silence. When ignored, she doesn't seek attention. She creates results that can't be ignored. Imagine being overlooked at work. Instead of complaining, you hone your skills quietly. Your next project shines so brightly, it demands notice. Picture a woman whose ideas were dismissed by her peers. She didn't argue. She worked in silence, and her success spoke louder than their doubts. That's the beauty of silent building. It's not about proving a point. It's about proving your potential. You can do this too. When someone ignores you, channel your energy into a goal. Think of a woman who turned heartbreak into a thriving business. She didn't broadcast her pain, she built her future. Try this: pick one dream and take one quiet step toward it this week, like researching a skill or starting a project. Your silent work isn't invisible, it's powerful. It's how you create a legacy that outshines their silence. Authenticity is a high-value woman's superpower. She doesn't mold herself to fit others' expectations. She shines as herself, and that draws the right people. Imagine being ignored by a group you tried to impress. Instead of changing, you embrace your true self. Suddenly, you attract those who see your worth. Picture a woman who was overlooked for being different. She leaned into her uniqueness, and her confidence became magnetic. Her authenticity didn't just win hearts, It won respect. You can be authentic too. When someone ignores you, ask, am I being true to me? If not, realign. Think of a woman who stopped hiding her quirks to fit in. Her realness inspired others to embrace themselves. Try this in your next interaction. Show one authentic part of yourself, maybe a passion or a belief. Don't fear their silence. Your authenticity is your light. It's not about being liked. It's about being real. When you live authentically, you don't just shine. You become a beacon for those who truly belong in your life. A high-value woman doesn't fear standing alone when ignored. She sees it as a chance to shine brighter. Others' silence doesn't make her question her worth. It reminds her to stand taller in her truth. Imagine a social circle that stops inviting you. Instead of chasing their acceptance, you embrace your own company, finding joy in your passions. That courage to stand alone draws the right people to you. Picture a woman whose colleagues overlooked her at work. She didn't beg for their attention. She focused on her goals, and her success forced them to notice. Her solitude wasn't weakness, it was strength. You can stand alone too. When someone ignores you, ask, do I need their approval to thrive? The answer is no. Think of a woman who left a group that didn't value her. She built a life so vibrant, they regretted losing her. Try this, spend one day doing something you love just for you. Standing alone isn't lonely, it's powerful. It's how you discover your strength, your voice, your fire. When you stand in your truth, their silence becomes irrelevant and your presence becomes a beacon. A high-value woman curates her circle with care, choosing those who see her worth over those who ignore her. Their silence isn't a loss, it's a filter revealing who deserves her energy. Imagine a friend who only calls when they need something. Instead of pouring into them, you invest in those who lift you up. That choice strengthens your light. Picture a woman whose family dismissed her dreams. She surrounded herself with supporters who cheered her on, and her success silenced the doubters. Her circle wasn't big, it was true. You can choose your circle too. When someone ignores you, ask, do they add to my growth? If not, seek those who do. Think of a woman who left a toxic friend group. She found people who valued her, and her life transformed. Try this, reach out to one person who inspires you and nurture that connection. Your circle isn't about quantity, it's about quality. By choosing who surrounds you, you create a space where your worth is celebrated, not overlooked. Resilience doesn't need applause, and a high-value woman knows this. When ignored, she doesn't crumble, she grows stronger in silence. Imagine a boss who never acknowledges your hard work. Instead of seeking their praise, you keep pushing, and your results speak for themselves. That resilience is your power. Picture a woman who faced rejection after rejection. She didn't give up, she worked quietly, and her persistence led to a breakthrough that no one could ignore. Her strength wasn't loud, it was steady. You can be resilient too. When someone's silence stings, ask, how can I grow from this? Channel that energy into your goals. Think of a woman who rebuilt her life after heartbreak. She didn't broadcast her pain. She built her future, and her glow became undeniable. Try this. Pick one challenge and take one small step to overcome it quietly. Your resilience doesn't need their validation. It's the foundation of your legacy. Silent resilience turns their absence into your triumph. A high-value woman doesn't wait for others to validate her. She validates herself. Their silence doesn't dim her worth. It reminds her to shine from within. Imagine a colleague taking credit for your work. Instead of fighting for recognition, you know your value and let your results prove it. That self-validation is your strength. Picture a woman whose partner stopped showing affection. She didn't beg for love. She reminded herself of her worth and built a life that glowed. Her validation came from her heart, not their actions. You can validate yourself too. When ignored, ask, do I know my worth? Affirm your strengths. Think of a woman who was overlooked for years. She stopped seeking approval and started celebrating her own wins. Her confidence became magnetic. Try this. Write down 3 things you love about yourself and read them daily. Your validation isn't in their words, It's in your soul. When you believe in yourself, their silence becomes powerless, and your light becomes unstoppable. A high-value woman doesn't just rise above being ignored. She becomes the woman she's destined to be. Every moment of silence, every overlooked effort, is a stepping stone to her greatness. Imagine standing in a room where no one notices you. Instead of shrinking, you shine, knowing your worth is bigger than their blindness. Your journey, your silence, your growth, your courage defines you. Picture a woman who was ignored by everyone she tried to please. She stopped chasing their approval and built a life so vibrant they couldn't look away. Her legacy wasn't in their validation, it was in her transformation. You are that woman. Every time you choose silence over reaction, growth over doubt, or yourself over their neglect, you're stepping into her. Try this, set one goal that feels true to you and take one step toward it. Your worth isn't in their gaze, it's in your heart. You're not here to be seen by everyone. You're here to be unforgettable to those who matter. Keep rising, keep shining, and become the woman who makes silence her strength and her life her masterpiece. If this video inspired you, give it a like and visit our channel for more empowering stories that help you shine brighter every day.